Hi, welcome to the Chat with the Panther Honors College Experience. My name is Grace Lee, and I am one of the admissions counselors here in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions. Thank you so much for tuning in. As of right now, we just have Zoe and Carmen, so it's a much smaller group today. So it actually works in your favor for all of y'all's questions to be answered. I do want to set some expectations, though, before we get started and before we start the live webcast with Mackenzie, one of our students. We're going to spend about the next hour going over 3 topics with you guys. Academic advantages of honors college, student life involvement, and study abroad and research opportunities. You may hear me typing in the background. I am in the same room as Mackenzie, so I just want to go ahead and apologize for that in advance. And also, I'm here as an admissions counselor to answer any questions that you may have. So feel free to just put in the questions area any questions or concerns, and we're going to take those live questions in between some of the topics. Also, if you two can do me a favor, if you can hear me right now, can you please respond and say yes? Okay, awesome. Thank you, Carmen. And I know that both of you are incoming accepted freshman students, so that makes things a lot easier for us to talk about more specific things with you guys. So like I said, this is really to your advantage. It's like you're speaking to a student one-on-one. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start the webcam, and I'll have Mackenzie introduce herself. Give us one moment. There you go. All right, so Mackenzie, can you introduce yourself to our 2 students?
Hi, my name is Mackenzie. I just finished my junior year here at Georgia State University. I moved to Atlanta about 3 years ago to come to Georgia State University from a small town just north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I'm really excited to be here with you guys.
Awesome. And then one more thing, is the audio sound good? Can you please let me know it sounds great, it's too low, or it's too loud? We just want to make sure that you guys can hear us really well. The audio is fine. Thank you so much, though, and thank you, Carmen. So this is really just an informal conversation that Mackenzie's going to have with you guys. Obviously, you can't see me, but like I said, I'm here in the background being able to answer any questions that you guys have, and I'll be looking at some resources on the website. But Mackenzie's going to be sharing a lot of her experiences with you guys. So.
Okay, so I think our first topic that we're going to talk about is some of the academic advantages with the Honors College. And the first thing you guys are going to experience, one of the first academic advantages you're going to have is the really personalized attention from the advisors. So there are 3 advisors within the Honors College that are just for Honors College students, which is really one of the biggest advantages. They're here to talk to you about what you want to do while you're in college, what you want to do after you're in college, what classes you want to take, and they really are here for you. You really won't, I don't know that you go to a big high school, but I went to a pretty small high school, so I was used to individualized attention. And coming here to the Honors College, where it's only, somewhat like 1,200 students as in comparison to 33,000 at Georgia State, it really is nice to have that individualized attention. And there really is someone here in the Honors College that's always willing to talk to you about whatever it may be, even if it's not one of the academic advisors. We also have a staff member that's here just to talk about scholarships and national awards. So her name is Dr. It's a long one, Gertz Eskendone, but she is amazing, and she really is here just to make sure from your very first day here at Georgia State that you're doing everything you can in case you are interested in grad school or in a national award or in these national scholarships for grad school. What are some of the other advantages of being an honors student? Some of the other advantages would obviously be the little things that every honors college is going to have, the penny printing, and we have this brand new space here. We have an amazing computer lab. I don't know if you guys have been on a tour, but we have about 30 computers. We've got 3 study lounges. We've got kind of like a cafeteria lounge with a refrigerator, a microwave. We've got cold and hot water that you have access to. So it really is just an amazing place to come and hang out, and it's very calm compared to the rest of campus. It really is a brand new space where it's, you know, you're surrounded by like-minded people who are here to succeed.
And also, Mackenzie, did you talk about sorry, I was trying to help some of the new people, welcoming them, about the class structure, that is separate from regular classes?
Yeah, definitely. We talk about the Honors College classes. Your first semester here at Georgia State, you'll take an Honors 1000 class, which just meets for 50 minutes a week, and you have a big number of topics to include, and that class will be held here in the Honors College. It's only about 15 students, and it's kind of set up in a roundtable discussion where you really just come and you discuss these topics. It's, like I said, it's only an hour a week, and so that'll be your first Honors College class experience, and then you're also going to have the opportunity to take other honors classes, which they range from about 10 to about 25 students, a lot smaller class size experience. I've been in classes here at Georgia State with 300 students, so it really is a big difference and a big advantage where you get the individualized attention. And then apart from just the honors classes, a lot of classes have seats reserved for honors students. So I took an anthropology class with 100 students, and I think 10 of the seats were reserved for honors college students. And we were required to meet with the professor 3 times throughout the semester and pick one topic in anthropology that we kind of wanted to study separately from the basic anthropology class and curriculum that was laid out. And it really is, they really tried their best not to just give you extra busy work to get that honors credit. Like I said, we met with the professor. He really was interested in what we were interested in, what we were learning more about. And I would definitely say take advantage of the honors classes and the honors credits that are separate from the honors classes.
So at this point, Carmen, Sarah, or Zoe, do you guys have any questions about the academic classes, what the setup looks like for you guys coming as incoming freshmen, registering for them, or meeting with academic advisors? I want to give you guys a few minutes if you have any questions. If not, we'll move to our next topic about student life involvement. Okay. It looks like there are no questions. So I think we can just continue on then.
Okay, so we're going to talk about student life next. And my first experience with student life within the Honors College was the honors housing. I lived in the Commons on the honors floor for 2 years, and it was probably some of the best 2 years of my life. I met my best friend, Ashton, and I have now lived with her for 3 years. We were roommates our freshman year, and then with two other girls. So you'll have the option of a two-bedroom or a 4-bedroom. You'll always have your own bedroom if you're in the honors housing. And so we lived in a 4-bedroom our freshman year, and then our sophomore year we lived in a 2-bedroom within the Commons honors housing community. And in that honors housing community, we met some of our best friends that we're still best friends with. We've all kind of moved off campus at this point, but we really did. We met within this honors housing community. Honors housing provides things such as Hawks tickets. We had ice cream socials. We would have nights where they would just provide pizza during finals to get away from studying. It really is a community that's interested in seeing you succeed. You know, they have special funding as an honors community, and it's really an awesome thing. So that's definitely one of the first student life things that I would definitely recommend is living on campus within the honors housing community. And then there's also many other things you can get involved in. We have the HSO, the Honors Student Organization, which is a club on campus that there's no dues and you get free food all the time. All you have to do is give them your email. And they're always hosting events with pizza. We've had Moe's. We've had we've had like cookie ice cream things, same thing as within the honors house. So if you don't live on campus, there's still ways to get involved with lots of food also. And they also do a lot of community service. We volunteered at Piedmont Park to clean up the park one weekend, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, so I would definitely recommend signing up for the Honors Student Organization. And then there's also the Ambassador Program, which is kind of a new thing. I don't know if you guys visited the Honors College at all, but I'm an Honors Ambassador, and it's another great thing to get involved in, especially if you come to Georgia State and you really love it like I do, because I really enjoy telling other students about how awesome the Honors College is here at Georgia State. So that's another thing you can get involved in here within the Honors College. And then there's also other things that you can get involved with, helping to plan different events, whether it be GCERT, the Undergraduate Research Conference. They have a planning committee. And, I mean, they're always sending out emails. They're always needing help or wanting students to get involved.
All right. Thank you, Mackenzie. We do have 2 questions. The first question is from Sarah. How many honors classes can they take?
I don't believe there's a limit on how many you can take. They do require you as an active honors student to take 1 per year, so 1 every other semester. But I know students who have taken, all 4 or 5 of their classes as honors classes.
And then the next question is about housing from Carmen. So she says, I have my room dorm already in the Honors College, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. How's it like living with 3 other girls?
It's a lot of fun. It can get a little bit crazy. I would definitely say make sure, you communicate from the very beginning what your living standards are like. But it really is, it's a lot of fun. There are 2 bathrooms, so it's not like you're 4 girls competing for a bathroom. Everybody has their own sink. There really is more than enough space. And you think about it, it's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, and a living room. It's basically a house. So you have your own bedroom, so you're always welcome to kind of step away. Or there's a study lounge on each floor, so you can always even get out of your apartment if you need to. But I really enjoyed it. My roommates and I, freshman year, watched all 10 seasons of Friends. So it really is yours to make the best of. Just like I said, communicate with your roommates from the very beginning, what your standards are, and accept their standards also, and make sure you work together to make it a happy, healthy environment within your apartment.
I know Carmen, she has 1 more question, but what I want to do now is actually, I'm going to share my screen with you guys in a few minutes, and I want to show you where to find out about the student organizations. So Mackenzie was definitely talking about the honors student organization, the master program, but we do have over 400 clubs here at the university. So hopefully you guys can see my screen now. So using gsu.edu, our website is really user-friendly. So I typically use it just like I'm on Google. The name of the student organizations that we have is OrgSync. So you put that into the website, and you go to the first link for the Dean of Students, and go to Student Organizations. Right here. So the actual link is gsu.orgsync.com, and this is where you can search for the different organizations. So let's say you're interested in recreation. You play lacrosse. I'm just putting in a random thing. So you can see we have a lacrosse club at Georgia State. So very easy to search things. You can also just go back to the home page, and you can search for different organizations based on the different categories. So whether it's leadership, academic, Greek life, community service. So this is going to be really helpful for you guys to get more information. Also, when you go to INSEPT and when you're on your tour, you'll be more familiar with the offices. There's also the Student Activities Office where you can find out more information. And every semester there is a student organization there. So it's also a really good chance for you guys to meet with the different clubs and organizations. And Mackenzie, when did you start getting involved at Georgia State?
I didn't begin getting really involved until the start of my junior year. And that's what people ask me as an ambassador when people come to visit Georgia State. They're like, what do you recommend most about, or what would you like to tell incoming freshmen? And I say get involved and do it early. I only have a year left here at Georgia State, and I've just kind of now started getting really involved into different things in the Honors College and on campus in general, and I really do wish that I was, not been as timid coming in as a freshman to getting involved.
So my advice for you guys is I'm also an alum of the university, and I got involved at Georgia State immediately my freshman year, I got a job at the Welcome Center as a tour guide. So that really depends on your personal preference. For some students, they get immediately involved their first semester. For some students, it may be a little overwhelming, and that's okay. Just wait at least a year and figuring out, because you don't want to just go into an organization just because. You want to make sure that their values, their missions, and the group of people that are in that organization, they're the right fit for you. So it's okay for you to just look at the different options and then maybe get really involved at the end of your freshman year. But I do appreciate that great advice you had, Mackenzie, of that as a rising senior, and that's so great for these students as incoming freshmen, that you all should get started early with getting involved, because I really feel like that's where you find the community. And Mackenzie has found a great one being part of the Honors College here. So there is one question from Carmen. It's about housing again. Do you know when we can begin moving our stuff in?
I know as an Honors College student, we do get to move in a day or two early, I believe, because it is a living learning community, and all the living learning communities get to move in a day or two early. I believe that's when I moved in. This was 3 years ago. It was, I think, you started class on a Monday, and I think you were able to move in the Wednesday before the classes started.
Yeah, so typically it's a week before, so that's something you guys need more information about. I would highly recommend contacting the housing office. And what I'll do now is provide you guys the website and the number to contact housing. Well, let's go ahead and continue on. I know we had a few more things. Did you talk about everything in student life involvement, Mackenzie?
I think I did, unless you guys had any more questions about student life involvement.
Well, even for you, have you been able to have an opportunity of doing research? And if not for yourself, some of your other peers that have been able to do research? I know that was part of the academic advantages of Honors College.
Yeah, no, my first year I was placed in a research, or it was more of an assistantship my first year. I was kind of an office assistant. And then my sophomore and junior year, I was a research assistant within the Dean's Behavioral Economics Lab. So I was able to actually, delve into more of the research and not just the making copies, answering phone calls, which is, sometimes what you have to do to kind of earn your keep and get there. So yes, within the Dean's Behavioral Economics Lab, I've worked on quite a few projects. The first project I worked on studied traffic, how people manage their risk within traffic and how it affected their decisions. And we did that through virtual simulators, and then we also did it through GPS trackers that we actually put in people's cars. So there was a lot of data, there was a lot of data entry, there was a lot of data analyzation, but it was a lot of fun. And then I also got to be kind of one of the proctors with the driving simulators that was, telling the person that was in the driving simulator what to do and what to expect and, what decisions they had to make. So that was a lot of fun, and I definitely was introduced and learned a lot about the research process. And then I also helped to launch the project we have a year left of the pilot, and then it's going to be launched on kind of like a more national level, is the Portfolios of Atlanta's Poor, which aims to understand how the poor of Atlanta manage their financial risks. And not only their financial risks, but just like health and day-to-day risks. And I was kind of given a lot of responsibility within this project, at least the launch of it. We did kind of like a panel discussion to get the project going, and we invited several, I think we had 30 nonprofit organizations from throughout Atlanta come and speak to us about how they work with the Port of Atlanta to manage their financial risks, and that kind of helped us start to formulate our pilot study. So there's definitely, within the Honors College, you have to apply to get a research assistantship, which I would definitely recommend doing. No matter what your major is, they can place you in something awesome. My roommate Ashton, as I was saying, she is the PR intern here in the Honors College. She's in Belize right now, and she's getting paid to blog about her trip, and she went to Europe last summer and also was paid to blog about her trip. So no matter what you're interested in, there's always something, and it's an on-campus job, so you get paid for it, and I would definitely recommend applying. I'm pretty sure that as long as you apply as an incoming freshman, they try to place all incoming freshman students into an assistantship. It may not be exactly what you want for the first year, but after you put that first year in and you make connections with professors and faculty across campus, you definitely can get placed in something that you're a lot more interested. Like I said, freshman year I was making copies and answering phone calls, but through a connection I made here at the Honors College with a professor, I was placed in my research assistantship with the Dean of Behavioral Economics lab, where I was given a lot more responsibility and I gained a lot more experience.
Awesome. And actually, Sarah had a great question that goes into the next topic that we were going to talk about, and she asked, and she said that, I heard that honor students have great opportunities to study abroad. Is that accurate? So before Mackenzie talk about it, and actually as she's, before she talks about it, I can actually show you guys. So I'm about to share my screen in just a few moments. I just want to make sure I have it up for you guys. So when you go to honors.gsu.edu, and you guys should be able to see my screen now. Okay. To learn more about the the study abroad opportunities, if you go to students and go to global experience, so there are opportunities to study abroad through the Study Abroad program. We do have a great Study Abroad office here. I will include a link to that website for more information, or a trip plan through undergrad research or doing the London Experience internship program. They, as Mackenzie mentioned, one of her good friends, Ashton, she last year was in United Kingdom, and you can check her blog right over here. But also if you go to the main site of honors.gsu.edu, you can also catch her experiences of being in Belize. Now typically it's kind of rare for students to go to study abroad one time, but for a student to go twice, that's unheard of. So Ashton is having an experience of a lifetime. And like Mackenzie said, she's getting paid to take photos and to write some simple paragraphs of her experiences abroad. So I'd highly recommend you guys checking this out. I'm going to just pull it up so you can see it as a reference. As you can see from our website, there's a lot of great information, not just for you academically, but to learn about student life, to learn about students here, to read about their experiences. These are beautiful photos. So definitely read about
it. Yeah, definitely read it. She is definitely afraid of sharks, and she went swimming with sharks. She didn't think she was going to make it, but she did it. And she's there currently, so it's kind of like real time.
So actually, Mackenzie, do you want to talk about study abroad? Have you had an opportunity to go study abroad? And what more information do you have? And I'll share the website information with them.
I studied abroad the May after my freshman year. So I was, I'd only been here a year. I studied abroad only for 3 weeks, and then I ended up staying for an extra week. But I went to France, and in France we went to Paris, and we went to a small town called Lourdes. And then we went to Scotland, and we went to Edinburgh in Scotland, and we went to an island off the coast of Scotland. The name is Iona. It has a population of only 90 people, one grocery store, one restaurant, one taxi cab. Mind you, there were 13 of us, so we did a lot of walking. But it really was an experience of a lifetime. I know this sounds cheesy and cliche, but I really did come back a different person. I thought about things in a new way. I was a little more relaxed. I'm kind of an uptight person, and going abroad, I kind of had to, let things go and kind of go with the flow. And so I definitely came back a little more relaxed, a little more open-minded, and it really wasn't the experience of a lifetime. And for those of you that think, I don't know that I can be away from home that long, it's kind of expensive, the Maymester is a great place to start. That's what I did. That's what both Ashton's trips have been. It's only 3 weeks. Some of them are shorter. Ashton's one now is only, I think, a week and a half, and they did a week of class here in Atlanta. But it's only 3 weeks. It's very affordable. It's manageable. Like I said, it's not a whole semester. But if you want to go a whole semester, go for it. The Study Abroad office has so many opportunities. There's another Honors College ambassador who is leaving in July to spend her whole fall semester in Australia, which is amazing. Yeah. I know. So, there really is endless opportunities to study abroad, and I would definitely recommend doing it, even if you just want to do something fun. I'm a finance major in the business college, and I went on a religious studies study abroad program because that was something I was interested in. We were going to see different historical religious sites in Europe, which was just something that fascinated me, even though it really, had nothing to do with my major. So I would definitely do it, even if you just want to kind of go outside the box and pick something that you're interested in. It's a great opportunity. And like I said, the Maymester is a lot easier, and you go with students from Georgia State, and you go with a professor from Georgia State who plans the trips. So, there's a lot less planning involved, there's a lot less craziness involved with going to, Australia for 6 months and having to find a place to live, because the professor, he provides the itinerary, he makes all the arrangements, you just have to get yourself over there. It really is amazing. I would definitely recommend it.
And I got to study abroad in Beijing and Shanghai, China for 2 weeks when I was a junior at Georgia State, and I did it over my winter break, which was very convenient because I worked and commuting from home. So you guys could go anywhere. I also have been told that they formerly have gone to Antarctica, so being able to hang out with penguins.
Yeah.
But Carmen had a good question about, so freshmen can't study abroad, and that was based on something that I sent to all of you guys. You have to complete at least your first year at Georgia State before you can study abroad. So for instance, let's say you're here in fall semester and you want to study abroad in spring. I don't think that will be the case, because Georgia State wants to make sure that you're at least acclimated to college life before we send you all the way across the world. Now, if you guys are coming in with a lot of credits, though, that is a question for the study abroad office, because I'm not sure if you have to obtain a certain amount of credits before you can study abroad. But the website that I provided you guys, mystudyabroad.gcu.edu, is so helpful. And to give you guys some more context about it, and thank you, Mackenzie, for sharing your experience, is that you guys have to attend a Globe Tracker, which is just a basic seminar workshop before you have an individual appointment with an advisor. And with just even talking about this, if you guys are thinking, I don't have the money, that this is going to be too expensive, how am I going to pay for these fees? If that's your worries, then that should not be a problem for you as a student coming in, because the university provides you so many resources, but you guys have to start early. With you guys being honors college students, I know you are on top of the game, and I know you will do your research. There's tons of scholarships. Plenty. So I'll let Mackenzie share some of hers, but one that I know of is the International Education Fund, where you simply write a 2-page essay and write about why you want to study abroad and how that will help your career opportunities, and you can get $1,000 for free. And I know that literally because I was formerly part of the selection committee reading the essays for these scholarship recipients. And to be quite honest with you guys, don't tell anyone else, I told you this, top secret, is that probably 95% of those students automatically got those scholarships.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't know anyone that did it.
Oh, there we go. So,
but I didn't know that was the case.
No, about basically everyone that applies for it gets it. It's because as of right now, they don't have a lot of students applying for it. And I always joke around, as long as you dot your I's and cross your T's, and you sound coherent, that's $1,000 for free.
And then there's another one that if you've never been out of the country, that's another $1,000.
Right. And there's a lot of things that students do on their own time. I see a lot of more students doing fundraising websites. So using
Ashton did that, GoFundMe.
There
you go. So you just GoFundMe, and you write about where you're going and what the experience is going to give to you, and you post it on your Facebook, you email it to your parents, you email it to all their friends, or whatever you need to do. And those couple $20 donations from all your friends and family, they add up, and it really. And an extra $1,000. I think Ashton was able to earn, all of her spending money that she took to Belize this time. And she learned. She didn't do it for Europe, and I didn't do it for Europe because I didn't know about it. But she learned about it when she went to Europe through other people that were in her study abroad trip. So she did it for this study abroad trip.
Do you guys have any other questions, whether it's related to any of the topics we talked about or anything else that you have general questions about before we go into more of the internship opportunities? Because we talked about research and study abroad, and there's a lot of opportunities for you guys to do internships as well with the Honors College, just general as a college student at Georgia State. So if you guys have any questions, type them away. Otherwise, we'll continue on. It looks like right now we don't have any. So one resource that's going to be super helpful for you guys with internships. Safety. Thank you. So Carmen asked, can you talk about safety on campus?
Yeah. Like I said, I lived on campus for 2 years, and I'm still on campus 5 days a week, even though I don't live here anymore. It's very safe. I've never had an issue, but once again, I always, you got to throw in this kid is stupid. And that's just from a safety from other people's standpoint and just safety in general. There's tons of construction going on campus. You've got to be aware you're going to fall into like a huge manhole in the middle of the street, right, Grace? There's holes everywhere. But no, it's very safe. There's like 5 police departments that man Georgia State campus. We're right by the Capitol, so there's Capitol Police, there's the Georgia State Police, there's the State Police, there's the Atlanta Police, there's MARTA Police, and then we also have city ambassadors that are around giving tourists and students, whoever needs direction. We have a hotline that I think starts at 6 o'clock p.m. where they'll come on a little golf cart and they'll drive you wherever you need to go on campus, which I would definitely recommend doing if you're by yourself at night at the library or if you have a late class or if you go to the gym. I would definitely recommend utilizing that or just having a friend walk with you. Like I said, don't be stupid, walk with your friends. But I've never had an issue. I don't know anyone that's ever had an issue. When it comes to safety, I probably think this campus is a little too safe. I probably don't pay as much attention as I should just as in general, but no, I've never had an issue with safety and I've never had anyone with issues because safety.
And that's a question I get all the time as an admissions counselor. You guys can imagine the parents ask me 10 times a day, when I'm doing the information sessions, how safe is it here? And they do have some concerns, but just exactly how Mackenzie said, even for me as an alum, I never had issues, and we're both 2 females. I'm short, 5'2", so it's just like
I'm short, I'm 5'4".
So it's like we're able to take care of ourselves. But like Mackenzie was saying, it's being street smart, making sure you guys are not walking on campus at night late by yourself. Utilizing the resources that we have. We have a 24-hour escort service where literally any time of the day, 24/7, you can contact the Georgia State Police and they will come pick you up as long as you're in the perimeter of Georgia State's campus and take you wherever you need to go to. I've used that multiple times as a student and I waited no more than about 10 minutes.
Yeah, no. There's that, and like I said, there's the people in the yellow shirts on golf carts.
Yes. And speaking of those people in the yellow shirts, that's a program called Panther's Ambassador Program. So when you guys are on campus, you will definitely see them. But you'll notice you'll only see them during a certain time.
It starts at, I think, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And then it goes to like 5 a.m.
Yes. So they are hired through the city of Atlanta to provide the extra police presence. And I've been told that they have dramatically reduced some of the crime on campus. And you guys are also probably curious. I know you haven't asked, but I'm going to tell you, is to be upfront with you guys. People ask, what's the biggest crime on campus? The biggest crime on campus is theft of personal belongings because students are leaving their things unattended or they're not aware of their surroundings. So once again, be street smart. If you guys were at Starbucks and you go to the bathroom, I wouldn't imagine that you guys would leave your laptop unattended, even for about 10 minutes, go to the bathroom and expect to be still there. That's the same common sense that you guys need to use when you're on campus. Although it is a university setting, it's still public setting. So you guys make sure you always have your belongings with you. And like Mackenzie said, cell phones. There will be students, and I hope it's none of you guys, be aware of where you're going at all times. For instance, if a student is texting while crossing the street, you've lost sense of your surroundings. Also, if you're a student that has both of your earphones plugged in to your iPod, and you don't know what's going on, you can't hear anything outside, that's great for you, but that's not great for your safety because anyone could just come around you.
Okay? Yeah, anyone could come and snatch that phone.
Yes. So it's the theft of personal belongings because students are leaving them unattended or they're not aware of their surroundings. So just make sure you guys are a cautious student around campus and you will be good to go. What I'm going to do is provide you guys the number. It's the escort service number. So it's a non-emergency number. Any point you're on campus, you can call this number and the Georgia State Police will come pick you up and escort you to where you need to go. There is a question from Sarah and from Tahuti about, can you do an internship as an incoming freshman?
I don't think there's any guidelines with internships. If you're able to get an internship, I think you're able to get an internship. As far as credit, that might be something you have to talk to an advisor about, but which we do have. I was going to go into internships a little bit, I guess I'll go right now. We do have one of our advisors here is in charge of placing any honors college student that's interested in an internship. I mean, obviously it's not like, oh, you're an honors college student, here's your internship. You've got to work for it. You've got to, but they're going to help you. They're going to help you with the cover letter. They're going to help you with the resume. They have tons of connections, whether it be, they have tons of connections here in Atlanta. They have tons of connections in London. We've had students go to London and do internships. They have tons of connections in Washington, D.C. So if you're interested in, government or, anything, you can do an internship for anything in D.C., London, or here in Atlanta. The dean of the Honors College, Dean Berman, he is also very involved in placing students in internships using his connections because he travels all over the world, all over the country, all the time. Where in the world is Dean Berman? It's kind of a joke here in the Honors College. He's always traveling. He's always making connections, which really is another one of the benefits of the Honors College is Dean Berman because he is more than happy to work with anyone who is excited and willing to put the work into getting an amazing internship.
Yes, and Mackenzie did clarify that. So that really just depends on each and every one of you guys. I personally don't know of any freshman that has had an internship, but that's not to say that it can't happen. And Mackenzie is correct in the sense that you may not be able to get the academic credit because before you graduate, there's a lot of your coursework or there's a lot of your departments that will require you to have an internship, and they'll typically have you do that at the junior or senior level. But if you guys want to do more than one internship, go for it.
It might require a little personal initiative. I know I have a friend who did one the summer after her freshman year, and that was all on her own. She put in the work, she got that internship, and no one's going to say, no, you're only a freshman, you can't take that internship. If you put in the work and you get that internship, you take that internship. But like I said, as a freshman, it really is more to be a personal initiative.
Yes. So another helpful thing for you guys is utilizing Panther CareerNet, and that is through University Career Services. So you'll give me one moment. I am going to pull up the career website for you guys.
I'm going to answer this question.
Thank you.
Is it easy to find a job on campus? I think so. We talked about assistantships before. That's 8 hours a week paid. It's a little over $10 an hour. So I would definitely recommend doing that because not only are you getting paid and you're making money, but you're also getting great experience and it looks great on a resume. And then other jobs on campus I think are pretty easy to find. I also work at the rec center. I teach 3 spin classes a week. You can get jobs in the different food places on campus. You can get a job at the rec center swiping people in. There's tons of student employees on campus. Grace might be able to talk about that a little more. And then not just within Georgia State, but there's tons of little restaurants and eateries and other places that are basically on campus but not part of Georgia State. You can also get jobs. We've got Smoothie King, Pizza Hut, Moe's. So I think there's definitely an abundance of part-time jobs here at Georgia State.
There is. And what I'm going to do now is share the screen so you guys can see we're at career.gsu.edu. Also, even at INSEP. So I found out about my first job on campus at INSEP. I signed up for it at lunchtime. You'll have different student organizations and different groups. And I actually did a work study under the Pell Grant with FAFSA. I was awarded the federal financial aid. I did Jumpstart. So Jumpstart is working with children from low-income families ages about 3 to 7 years old. And I signed up for that at INSEP orientation. And after completing 300 hours, I was awarded a $1,200 education award that went towards my tuition, my fees, my books. So it was super helpful for me. So it's, once again, I like to share with students, a quote is that you get out of life what you put into it. And like Mackenzie was saying, it really is up to you guys. So Georgia State provides you so many resources and opportunities. And even you all tuning into this webinar shows me as a staff member that you will be very proactive here at Georgia State. There's no such thing as a dumb question, and there's no such thing as being a burden on anyone. So I want you guys to remember and understand as incoming freshmen, you have access to so many things. So what are you going to do to take advantage of this opportunity? So don't be afraid to ask for the help and to ask questions. options. So right now you guys are looking at career.gsu.edu. So to get you guys a little more familiar with this website, if you click right over here, Panther Career Net, that will lead you to an online portal for you to look for jobs, internships, whether it's on or off campus. So they utilize some off-campus recruiters too. So business companies like maybe Deloitte, JP Morgan may be recruiting. And then there are several career fairs too. So if you ever wanted to find out what career fairs were coming up, it's just looking up one semester. Yeah, one semester.
And then the business school does another one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the University Career Center will do one big one, but the respective colleges have their own as well. So you guys go to co-ops and internships, explore career options. So take the time to look at this, and I'll include this as a reference in the chat box. So we have just about 20 more minutes left. We didn't miss any questions, so I appreciate all of you guys asking these wonderful questions. So let us know if there's anything else that we can assist you with. Did you talk about the discovery journal? The research journal?
GSEC?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I talked a little bit about that, getting involved. You can get involved with the planning community.
Yeah.
But so GSERC is, I always mess it up, it's the Georgia State Undergraduate Research Conference. And so as an undergraduate student, you can present your research that you completed within this assistantship, or maybe you don't have an assistantship, or you do have an assistantship, but you did research separately because you got to know a professor really well through office hours, which is another thing you should take advantage of. But as you start college and as you start your college career, you'll learn how important research is within the academic environment. And as an undergraduate, it's an incredible opportunity to be able to present your research as an undergraduate student. And this GSERC, which the Honors College here at Georgia State puts together, they have a student planning committee that works with some of the staff here at Georgia State to put it on. GSERC gives you that opportunity to present your research, whether it be, crazy neuroscience stuff, which I've seen done by some of my friends, or I've also had some of my friends who are English majors present papers that they've written. So it really is a broad scheme. You can present research that you've done on anything, whether it be working in a lab or sitting at a computer and writing a research paper on something that you've done research on, just sitting, you know what I mean? So it really is, you can present research on anything.
And speaking of research, also the faculty staff are doing research too, so it's not just people teaching from textbooks. On the website a few weeks ago, I saw about a biology professor was studying the sex-change of fish, which I didn't even know could occur.
Yeah.
But apparently it's a fish called the goby, and he even went to California at some of the islands off the coast there of studying the sex change of this fish. So it's very intriguing.
Yeah, and that's one of the number one things you're going to hear from your professors is that they're lonely. They have to have these office hours set every week, and no one takes advantage of them. And it's the same thing with a lot of resources on campuses. Not enough people take advantage of them.
Right.
So make sure that you're getting involved, you're taking advantage of the office hours, the resources on campus, whether it be jobs. And professors can also help you with internships. So getting to know a professor, going to their office hours, they may really like you. They may have connections in Atlanta that they could place in an internship. So it's all about getting involved, networking, and starting early.
Right. There was a question about the drug policy, so I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that student, but I can as a staff member.
I know they'll tell you first day when you move in, 0 tolerance in the dorms. You get caught with drugs, you're out the next day. Other than that, I don't know much.
So that's something also at INSEPT you guys would get more information about. You will have to sign something saying that you understand the student code of conduct. It's a big online resource for you guys. I would take the time to look at that. If there's anything you have questions about in regards to things such as that matter, definitely make sure that you're aware of it. Don't assume anything, okay? But like Mackenzie said, there is a 0 drug policy, absolutely nothing within housing. I have heard of students moving in the same day that they were kicked out?
Oh yeah, even I had people on my floor, you hear, police coming in one night and there's an empty bedroom the next day.
Yes. So just make sure that you guys are aware of that student code of conduct. They'll definitely talk more about that in SEPT. So I don't want to bombard you guys with that.
And when you move in, you're always host a mandatory meeting and they lay out all the rules for you.
Yes.
And they make it very clear.
Yes, I don't want to scare you guys either.
Yeah, like I said, I love living in the commons. Awesome 2 years of my life, and it's very safe. I know we talked about safety earlier, but not just honors housing in general on campus is very safe.
Well, is there anything else, Mackenzie, that you wanted to share with experiences or some tips that you have?
I can't think of anything. I've been talking for a while. Yeah, I'm excited to meet everyone. So as an ambassador, hopefully I'll see you guys all at Honors Convocation and around at Honors College.
Now, for the 4 of you that are tuning in, do you all have any other questions? Because we do have about 15 more minutes. So we want to make sure that we utilize your time well spent. Or if there's any resources that you have questions about, I can show you the website to get more information. Also, I'm curious, how many of you guys, can any of you let me know if you will be living off campus, if you will be commuting to Georgia State, and if that's a concern about getting involved? Because I never had the luxury of living on campus. I come from a single-parent household where my parents are divorced, and personally, at the end of my freshman year, my grandmother passed away after battling breast cancer, so that's when I moved in with my mom and my grandpa at the end of my freshman year, and I will say even as a full-time staff member, I still live with my mom, so I commute about 30 minutes one way, and I drive an hour round trip. And I've been doing that every single day since 2008. So I did want to go ahead and ask that because it's wonderful to live on campus, but sometimes because of financial reasons, including my personal story, and I do see someone said that they were off campus, so thank you, Sarah, for sharing that, is that I think sometimes there's a myth that you can't get the full college experience because you don't live on campus, and I'm here to tell you guys that's not the case. You can still get everything out of college. You do have to work a little harder. So my freshman year, on top of being the volunteer with Jumpstart, teaching in the classroom, after my classes, instead of going straight home, I stayed on campus a few more hours. I went to different interest meetings about organizations. I went to different offices to get more information. Also, something that's going to be really helpful for all of you is at INSEPT, you have an opportunity of opting into a program called Freshman Learning Communities. Mackenzie, were you part of Freshman Learning Community?
I didn't do a Freshman Learning Community because I think as an honor student, a lot of you guys are going to be coming in with AP credits, and that makes it a little difficult to do Freshman Learning Communities because it's a lot of those basic classes that you might be opted out of. But I have one of my roommates, she was an honor student, and she did a Freshman Learning Community. And I think she just opted out of one of the classes in the Freshman Learning Community, but she did the other ones with all the students. And she loved it. Same thing, you meet tons of people.
Yeah.
So it's another great way to meet people.
Okay, so if that's something that you guys are interested in, definitely seek more information at INSEPT. And if you guys have not signed up for INSEPT yet, do that as soon as you can. So the first INSEPT is June the 9th. I know they've been filling up quickly, and you don't want to be the student that gets one of the later INSEPTs because INSEPT is where you register for classes, and the earlier you do it, the better chance you have of
you
getting
sign
the
up
classes that you
up
want
right
to.
now?
Yes, you
So
can
yeah,
sign up.
everybody go sign up if you haven't. You're on your computer anyway.
Right, exactly. So if you go to your student pause account or go Solar, there should be a tab for INSEPT or under next steps for accepted students. Register for INSEPT. It is a small fee, okay, and that fee is to be able to help for reservations and be able to pay for the wonderful lunch that you have and the staff that's provided.
It's a great time.
Yes, and it is required. So as an incoming freshman, make sure that you guys attend INSEPT. Okay. Any other questions that you guys may have? So I'll give you guys a few minutes. And if not, what I'll do then is all of you guys are incoming accepted students. So if y'all have any further questions, I will provide you my email address. and then I can direct it to some people here in the Honors College if you need some more information. But also you can contact the Honors Office. So go into honors.gsu.edu. So I'm going to go ahead and do this as I'm talking to you guys. So the Honors website is honors.gsu.edu, which you already have. And my email address is glee15@gsu.edu. So if you guys have any questions from now until incept or when you're coming here in the fall, that's what I'm here for as an admissions counselor. So like I said, no question is a dumb question. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I'll also give you my phone number. Another thing is actually tomorrow we have an event in admissions, an accepted student reception. Are any of you guys attending it? If so, please just put yes. Otherwise, you can still come. So it's tomorrow from 6 to 9 p.m. and it's just an event to congratulate all of you. We're going to have a keynote speaker that is an alumni of Georgia State. There's going to be student performances. So we're talking about diversity. And if you guys were not aware, Georgia State is the most diverse college in the state of Georgia, top 12 in the nation. So we want to give you guys a taste of the different student organizations and performances that we have. So if you have not signed up for the accepted student reception, which is being held tomorrow from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Student Center, please email me or call me with your name, your first and last name, and your Panther ID, and I will go ahead and register you and get you that information about parking, because parking will be at MDEC. But I would love to see you guys. I will be there with my name tag.
Early.
Yes.
Here we go.
Right. So I would love to meet you guys. Come up to me if you are coming tomorrow. Want to give you guys one more chance if there's any other questions. Otherwise, we want to wish you guys the best of luck.
Have a great holiday weekend.
Yes, have a great holiday weekend, and just enjoy your freshman year. Yes. So if there's anything, Mackenzie, ending with this, if there's something that you wish you would have known as an incoming freshman, or one piece of advice that you would give to them as a rising senior? Relax.
I came from a small town in Pennsylvania. I don't know if you guys are coming from very far, but none of my friends came down to Georgia or anywhere in this area. The closest friend I had went to a school in Florida. So I came from a small town in Pennsylvania. I didn't know anybody. All my roommates, they were from around the area. And I know that's kind of a common thing here at Georgia State is everyone's kind of within, like maybe 4 hours from there. But I was very anxious. But looking back, I wish that I would have relaxed a little bit more, because now I love Georgia State and I love Atlanta, and I wish I would have gotten more involved earlier and not been so anxious and uptight and yeah. But no, definitely my advice to everyone would be relax, get involved, just have fun. I mean, obviously you're in school, take it seriously, but you've got, you're moving in. If you're living on campus, you're moving in Wednesday. You've got that whole 4 or 5 days to get involved, meet some people. There's tons of events going on that first weekend and that first week. Go to them. Don't be that person that sits in their room. Go to the events, meet people. Don't be scared to talk to people, because there's going to be people that are talking to you. Trust me. And talk back. Make friends. Have fun.
And then last advice that I have is that just be true to who you are. I think that sometimes there's fear about peer pressure. That's something that really affected me personally, and I was like, oh, I'm going to change, or worrying about who you're going to hang out with and surrounding yourself with the right people. Always stay true to who you are, what you believe in, and what your values are, because if you surround yourself with the right people, they're going to respect you and admire you no matter who you are, what you do, and where you come from. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to share that to empower all of you guys, because I think college, it's an interesting transition, because there's so much going on. You're trying to figure out your career. You have a new environment. You don't know a lot of people. It may feel intimidating. everyone's going through those same emotions with you, so I don't want you to feel like I'm alone in this situation. Mackenzie has been wonderful being able to share her advice, but also here in the Honors College, that is a great advantage that I want you guys to take advantage of because it is such a great community up here, in which, by the way, we're in one of the honors classrooms right now. They have their whole floor to themselves in a new building that we have on campus called Centennial Hall. And if you guys take the time to come here, you're going to find a great community. Yes, we do have 32,000 students, but once you get involved, it feels like a small family that you're a part of.
Especially here at the Honors College. It really is a small family. I have, I've been sick before and not been able to come to like an Honors Ambassador event, and I have, 3 staff members emailing me to see if I need anything because they know my parents don't live down here, or just making sure I feel okay, or you can't walk by an office. Everybody has their office door open on this floor. You can't walk by an office without them being like, oh, hey, Mackenzie, what's up? How are you? What are you up to this summer? How are your classes going? Everyone's interested. Even the dean, he's always got his door open. So it really is just a welcoming environment. Take advantage of it. There are so many honors students here at Georgia State that don't take advantage of the Honors College. And when I talk about it, they're like, oh, I'm an honors student, and I didn't know that. And I say, well, come by, come utilize this awesome space. You've got a refrigerator and a microwave, 3 computers and penny printing, and staff that are really interested and want to, help you and talk to you about your future career plans or, what classes you want to take. So that's another one of my big, points of advice would be get involved with the Honors College and utilize it.
So to give you guys a perspective of how many students are part of the Honors College, out of 32,000 students, only about 1,200 students are part of the Honors College, and much smaller as you guys coming in as incoming freshmen for the fall. So everyone here at Georgia State, especially at the Honors College, we are here for you. We are here to make sure that you have the best experience, you are most comfortable with it, and that you know where to go to get help. Okay, so we are here for you no matter what happens. So thank you all so much for tuning in. You guys were a great audience. I appreciate so much the questions that you guys had. Best of luck to all of you, and let us know. And please email me or call me if there's anything else we can help you out with. And have a great Memorial Day holiday. Bye.